The Larper economy.
Do you ever get that feeling that maybe everyone and everything is faker than ever? Everywhere you scroll, everywhere you go, everyone is just LARPing as something or someone they're not. And really,
yeah, the internet is fake. The internet doesn't actually reward real authenticity. If it's not informative, if it's not controversial, and if it's not brain rot, then it's not getting views. All three require LARPing.
Once you notice it, you start seeing it absolutely everywhere. Sentences that have never been spoken before in human history until now.
Oh my god.
Your sperm get crushed by my sperm and his sperm.
Yo, wait, what? What? Yo, why is he speaking on his sperm?
It absolutely everywhere. Sentences that have never been spoken before in human history until now.
Your sperm get crushed by my sperm and his sperm.
Yo.
The course sellers, the rich
Pause.
pretending to be poor, the drop shippers, the fitness influencers, the crypto bros, the van
told you.
lifers. Because nothing says I love
Damn, even the van lifers. See, the crypto people, I've been knowing that. Did I ever tell the story about in 2020 when somebody who I knew recruited me to a Forex course and I got scammed? There was a dude that I went to college with. I was not really like friends with him, but I knew him because like we had went to like a party or whatever. And so he's like, yeah, bro, like I'm trying to get money. Like he dropped out of school because the dude was like an engineering student, right? He was hella smart, African kid, very well spoken, very put together. He graduated and I think he quit his job because he was doing the Forex shit. And so basically I'm like, he's talking to me, he's telling me I'm like, you know, this guy's like, he seems reliable and I'm seeing what he's doing. So I end up signing up. Man, they ran game on me, bro. I lost like 3 bands off that. Mind you, I'm working at Amazon. I'm grinding my ass off. This is 2020. I didn't get no unemployment. I was trying to make a way. I was trying to be a millionaire. Like I was willing to take a risk. I lost my bread, right? You have never seen me this mad ever. I'm on the phone. I'm like, I need my money. Give me my money or I'm on your right? I'm like spazzing, like I'm just screaming in the car. If you go into these groups and they try to act like some spiritual advisor guru, we're gonna print money faster than the banks do. We're in alignment with the universe, type 999. They would say that stupid in the chat. Like they'd be like, can we get a 999 in the chat for clarity? Big clarity in the chat, 999. If you're in the energy of abundance, type 333 for abundance. And they would say stupid shit like that. I'm like, yo, this shit is a cult. I'm like, yo, you printing money like a fucking bank? Then give me my fucking 3,000 now. Mind you, he still ducked me to this day. You know what they said when I was spazzing in the call? They're like, it's because of your association with money. You have to be detached from the market in order to be profitable. I'm like, bitch, I grew up broke. I grew up poor. Everything I had to fucking get, I had to get off my own fucking back. You don't know what the fuck it took to get here. You know what I mean? They're like, this is your association. Yeah, bitch, I'm broke. That's why I fucking joined this shit. I'm trying to get rich. If I had a good association with money, I wouldn't fucking need you. And they try to make it sound like you're tripping. 99% of traders are unprofitable. Do not believe any crypto, any Forex, anything like that.
nature like bulldozing through it with a repurposed tank. This barely scrapes the surface of a LARPing pyramid that extends right from the very bottom to the very top of modern society.
Oh my god.
Where meritocracy is dead, inauthenticity is celebrated,
Yes.
and the idea society relentlessly promotes about being yourself is just a total joke. So we're going to go from the bottom of the pyramid right to the top.
I agree.
Starting at level 1, with the workers, the parents struggling
The
to
most inauthentic people make it, bro. You'd be surprised, bro. I ran into some people. It's like, yo, I thought you was a sweetheart. And then you just find out like people's ugly side. And it's like, wow. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I'm very flawed too. But god damn. Why is it that fake people always win? I think about that shit from time to time. And I think the reason why fake people win is because they mold themselves into what people want to see. They mold themselves into whatever's favorable. So people consume that and it pulls their emotional strings. Whereas if you're being authentic, you're not trying to take form. You're just existing as you are. And that's off-putting to some people.
Weekends meet the debt slaves, the consumers, the scrollers, the dreamers, all anguishing to keep up as inner conflict dominates. Most people in level 1 don't even realize they're here, as the hierarchy was built to keep you from breaking free of the role they've scripted for you.
Wow.
The top level, hidden from your view, is perfectly aware of the control they have over you.
They have less barriers to make it. You limited yourself on option if you choose to be good. Oh, like you have more options to take because you're choosing to be bad. So you can play being the bad person and the good person. Is that what you're saying?
Messages from the top instruct you to be yourself, bring your whole self, be authentic, show us the real real you. Manufactured terms that are thrust in your face everywhere, which is interesting. You can see it quite simply by going on LinkedIn, which officially describes your profile as a landing page where you manage your personal brand while reminding you that authenticity is key. Dating
for a job? No, you can't be your authentic self at a job, or you're gonna be out of a fucking job. Hinge, oh yeah, you gotta fucking cap your ass off. Oh my God. I had some shit on my mind, but I'm gonna let it rock.
Constantly enforce how it's essential to stay true to yourself before immediately telling you to opt.
I know what I was gonna say. I'm thinking of like from the content creation aspect, right? I feel like it's really rare for you to come up being authentic, and it's only a handful of people that I feel like did it the right way. You know what I mean? Like Queso, Jinxie, I'm Dante, Soul Illuminati. I don't really, Flight Reacts. Specifically Soul Illuminati and Flight Reacts. Those guys, 100%. I feel like they just came up by being extremely authentic, but it's like really rare, you know what I'm saying?
Optimize your dating profile
And I'm Dante.
until the authentic you is performing competitively against all the other authentic people in the same line. You can't escape it, and it's a painful thing, being torn between different versions of yourself. It's why your day-to-day just feels like you're constantly LARPing. But things get a little crazier in level 2. The level 2 LARPing in the pyramid is where you've got a job, maybe a partner, and can finally take some risks. But the middle classes are a strange place to be. It's basically purgatory. Some are genuinely moving up a level, others are faking their place entirely. The classic Trustafarian middle class hippie types that are desperate to look poorer than they are. The van lifers are a perfect example. Let's say you decide you want to escape modern society, so you pack your life into a van and drive off towards the sunset in the hope you'll eventually find yourself. The cognitive dissonance of this lifestyle exposes itself pretty mildly at first. The vans at least began as a wholesome DIY creation designed for genuine off-grid living, but it started to evolve into something uglier as the whole space became over-competitive and monetized for the algorithm.
Oh my
The culture
God.
then became an aesthetic, which is basically the shorthand for something real killed by social media. Kids got paraded as props while their parents posed for lucrative photo shoots and lined up tens of thousands of dollars in endorsements a month. They've now taken it to the next level with massive decked out ex-military vehicles that cost more than a house, which is really ironic when you think this was a movement about minimalistic living and now people are spending millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's social media, bro. Living in your van, cooling it, bro. It's interesting in the beginning, but once you see everybody doing it, it loses that appeal. And then it's like, oh, we renovated our van to be like a home. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. And then it's just everybody just keeps building on this fucking concept. And I also just feel like you're taking two things that people like, which is the fuck society, I'm gonna go do my own thing, but then you're also playing into like the materialistic, like, look how good we're doing. Like, we're doing good, living the life that you want to live. That's literally social media to the core, especially Instagram, bro. Instagram is the fakest social media platform. I say this shit all the time. Instagram is not actually about being yourself. Everybody's portraying themselves in a light where everybody's famous. Everybody's a mysterious rapper, or they're like a model or whatever. And it's like, bro, you're a fucking cashier at a grocery store, gang. Like, stop it. You know, I don't know. I feel like everybody is highlighting like the worst of themselves on IG. That's why I deactivated my Instagram for a few months, but it is a good app for networking though.
It's on it.
I can't lie.
This video is sponsored by
God damn. You got me, brother. And I'm gonna go ahead and skip.
Basket using multi. It fits into $20 for the cost for the entire bulk. To use the realistic aid during $8 a month for, so make sure to use Moon 8 at look. So make sure ran dry, plenty of level 2 escapees chasing and pin comments below. But once that gold mine ran dry, plenty of level 2 escapees chased the next LARP, like founding bougie meditation retreats or running clubs in Bali. Men-only self-improvement clubs like the Bali Time Chamber.
I think he's talking about the digital nomad. This shit was crazy in like 2020. The all men's retreat, that shit is gay. But we're gonna go to Bali because we're making money from the internet. We're making money from home. So we're gonna take our American wage or our UK wage and we're gonna live in Bali for the cheap. We're gonna eat breakfast for under $3. We're gonna live by the beach and we're gonna turn up and fuck.
Evolved into hippie Barbies covered in plastic, claiming they've escaped the Matrix by becoming OnlyFans models.
And I was like, OnlyFans? What's that? I had to do the hard thing and break out of the Matrix. I never thought.
You know what's crazy though? This ain't even a LARP. This is just how thoughts think though. And she got the like a lot of girls, they got that little tapestry in their room. You know you about to get some good pussy. You better get some good pussy when you see that tapestry. I seen her on my TikTok. She be rapping. What, you went and saw the link? Have you noticed that, like, whenever you see, like, a thirst trap on IG, you don't even click their profile. You just go straight to the bio to see if they got the link? That's crazy. You don't even look at their page anymore. I don't think this is crazy, though. She kind of reminds me, what's the name of that one corn star? Her name is, like, Indica something. Indica Flower. Yeah, that's what she reminds me of. This is an archetype, okay? A lot of girls have this, like, they really be, like, getting a bag off that shit, though. Like, they be selling their body, and then they have, like, a whole sustainable farm. I'm not saying that they're like unplugging from the Matrix, but they're definitely like jumping in and out of the Matrix as they please. Like if I was a bad bitch, I'd do some shit like this too. What you mean? Like you think she's gonna be doing OnlyFans forever? Hell no. Eventually she's gonna get washed and then she's just gonna go live on her farm, you know?
Or anything, but I was like, I want to make a lot of money.
Or there's the other side of the spectrum, the trad wives and the ranch living people.
I feel like isn't that like what you kind of have to do to get out of the Matrix though, quote unquote, the social construct? You have to make enough money to where you're not dependent on working a job anymore and you can dictate what you want to do. So can you really fault her for finding a way out?
Make a lot of money.
Or there's the other side of the spectrum, the trad wives and the ranch living people who all fell victim to this.
Bro, the trad wives, that's the biggest scam ever. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry. I don't believe any of these trad wives are actually happy. I feel like they do it for the aesthetic.
Same scheme. You see it yourself when you click through a few bios, like this woman who offers an £85 a month Royal Academy of Biblical Wifery. And then there's always the ones who use the trend to promote their other businesses. Yep. There is a reason why escaping the Matrix has become a lucrative market in the first place. Because the classic level 2 LARPing middle classes have become increasingly performative to the point where millions of people spend most of their waking lives pretending what they're doing is far more useful than it really is. David Graeber called most jobs bullshit jobs, meaning jobs that don't appear to make a contribution to society, and split them into these great categories. The middle managers are the worst. They're usually perfectly reasonable people, but the things they sometimes have to do are just incredibly evil. They're deciding whether to poison the lakes and rivers nearby to make these products that are filled with toxic chemicals that poison their customers. Or introducing new predatory practices to milk their customers dry, because this is what performance asks of them. The old idea behind this was that you fake it until you make it, right? And it's all just a means to an end. But we now know that's completely false. You simply just creep further up the pyramid, where the performance gets grander, the stakes get higher, and pretending becomes even more ridiculous. Now we're gonna go up a level to level 3. The alpha males, the fake rich, the core sellers, the dropshippers, the Instagram models, the OnlyFans girls, and the lifestyle hustlers. If you've been online for the last few years, you probably can't avoid them. They plague the feed and soak up all the signal they can get. A few years back, there was Luke Belmar, who used to run a paid community called... Oh my god, he was dick riding Andrew Tate. This was like, what was it, 2022, the Red Pill movement? Remember, I studied. You notice everybody bit off of, what's bro's name? You know how I got this Ferrari? Knowledge. Not Tony Robbins. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about. Do you know Ty Lopez? Do you know how I got this Ferrari? Knowledge. They all took his little playbook, and then Belmar, he kind of took like the Andrew Tate route, and boom. Bro, really think about this shit for a minute. If somebody genuinely had a way for you to make it out of the Matrix and to be a fast track you to being this high earning multi-millionaire, and you don't have to worry about shit and your business is self-sustaining, why would you sell it? The game is never meant to be sold. I mean, the game is meant, what they say, the game is never meant to be given out. You sell the game after the game dries up, when you know that you can't get any money from it. Because bro, if I had a way to make millions of dollars, I'm not telling anybody. I'm making as much money as I can until the method gets patched, and then I'll kick the game to somebody else. That's what they do.
A lot of the shit that they sell you, bro, is like public information anyways that you could go and get on your own. But even you could have, this is what I realized, you could have all the answers to the test and still fail, bro. That's really the thing. Somebody could tell you exactly what to do. That doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to get the same outcomes. So you're spending this money on this course. They're milking you dry. You're the method. They're getting rich off you, and then you didn't get rich. And then what are you going to do? You're going to jump to the next thing. You're going to go from, what is it? Drop ship. It was, what was it? It was drop shipping. And then it was, what was it? FBA. And then it was, now it's faceless YouTube channels and clipping. It's just going to be whatever the next scam is. Whatever the next thing is, people are going to move on to it, bro. And they're just going to keep milking you for it. And that's the thing, bro. They go for people who are desperate. It's always a scam. Can't expect someone else to help you get rich. That's what I'm saying, bro. We know you studied the red pill shit. Bro, honestly, that shit was like all over the internet in 2022. It was inescapable.
Capital club that teached young men how to find this level. In his mind, he's already there and everyone else is beneath him.
If I go broke today, I can make $1 million next week. I have a 9-figure community, so I have a 200,000 person wait list to join Capital Club.
He'll never disclose what he's worth or what he actually earns. He has an unfalsifiable fortune with a mysterious family backstory. He'll then tell you he's rich and explain that proving it would be spiritually irresponsible.
I will never disclose how much I'm worth because I've learned a lot about how Asians move with regards to money. Money's energy.
Yeah.
And the moment you begin to expose that energy, right, people start to understand how powerful or how weak you truly are.
See? But aren't you actually this high ticket earner? So wouldn't you want people to know how strong you are? Isn't that why you're on a fucking podcast? What I'll tell you, bro, anybody that tries to sell you some spiritual mumbo jumbo, I'm in alignment with abundance to blah, blah, blah. Now, I do think that some of that is true, right? Being in a specific frequency is going to help you attract what you want. But this is literally what the law of attraction is, right? People think law of attraction is just, I'm going to sit on my ass and money is going to come. No, it means not being so caught up in where you're at in the moment and moving as if you already have the thing. So then the outcomes of you moving and believing that you already have it then follow along. You know what I mean? This dude is not going to, he's just going to scam the shit out of you. He's going to push the mumbo jumbo. So you're like, oh my God, he's just this mythical money guru and he's going to teach me his spiritual practices and I'm going to get money. No, bitch, you're the fucking method.
But he will boast he can get anyone to simply lend him $1 million in liquid cash.
How many people can you call up and be like, yo, can you wire me $1 million? I'll send you, I'm good for it. Oh, you don't have those friends? I do. So I can tell you it's real.
Okay,
oh,
so do it right now. Exactly.
There's no way that, that's because you're a peasant.
Ali Sob sells the same lifestyle without even bothering about the pretense of a business behind it. Nobody's ever said move like you're undeniable to another human being.
Oh
it's
my
really
God.
difficult to even...
You could tell he's on gear. Holy shit. He doesn't even look like... his physique doesn't even look good. He looks bloated.
Nobody's ever said...
Bro, nobody's looking at this guy and just be like, dude, his physique is crazy. I want his physique.
Move like you're undeniable to another human being. It's really difficult to even find out who he is, apart from he owns a couple of restaurants in Michigan. His claim to realness is constantly pleading how he's not another fake influencer.
Sorry, Mr. Soul. These influencers are trying to get a McLaren for 3 months, 3 of them to rent. Do you believe that?
Then there's his rival, King Azuli. And
oh my God, they look the fucking same. Bro. Oh my God, I was thinking some shit, but then I forgot what happened. Oh my God, what the fuck? Why is it that you're peacocking to men. This is literally the definition of male gaze. There's no women that are looking at this and being like, oh my God, this is strictly for men to idolize you. Is this not gay? You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with being gay, but a lot of these men that watch this content try to make it seem like being gay is bad, but they literally do gay shit.
The feud between them exists purely as content, when they're really just scratching each other's backs in their little alpha male.
Aren't they twin brothers?
He talks about how you read someone by what they dress up as on Halloween.
How do I read a woman's personality when I start dating her?
That's very simple. All you have to do is ask her if she's ever been to a Halloween party. You see, in Halloween, people pretend to dress up, but they truly dress up as who they truly are. For example, me, every single Halloween party that I ever dressed up, I dressed up as a superhero. I was either Batman, Superman, Hercules.
His backstory...
Brother, you're not Batman, you're not Superman, you're not Hercules. What the fuck? Oh my God. Halloween is you be the one thing that you're fucking not. Whatever happened to Dan Bilzerian, he's still on the same shit, but he got exposed for being a fraud though. He got exposed like a year or two ago. Dan Bilzerian was like the OG LARPer. That's the crazy thing.
He doesn't even survive 10 seconds of attention. He's fought off 40 people, spent over a decade in counter-terrorism, and he might also be the only guy on Earth who speaks a forbidden language, which doesn't sound very useful.
For the unit that I worked in, it's called a clear unit. Clear means that there's no name, you don't know anything, you don't know anybody. This unit does not exist.
I speak 5 languages. I speak Hebrew fluently. English.
Yo, Bradley, isn't he another one of those guys, bro? And then they have a podcast where they bring these other people. They just run game, bro. The rich are forever gonna get rich. Keep staying being rich.
Russian and Spanish, and one more that I can't speak about.
Andy Elliott's angle is sales. He says $100,000 a month is the absolute minimum and constantly encourages materialism.
Get the
but
fuck
was
out
then
of here.
spotted in economy class. His brand is individualism on steroids and getting a bunch of other men to wear his name on their t-shirt while ripping off other men's clothes on stage.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really feel sorry for people that consume this content. Do you know how miserable you have to be watching this shit? There's a principle in Buddhism, right? They say that when you want something, you basically are signing a contract to suffer for it, right? Because you want to get it, right? Let's say I want a Lamborghini. Man, if I'm walking or I'm driving in my fucking Toyota, I'm going to hate my life that I don't get this fucking Lamborghini, right? So think about all the shit that you want. These guys hate everything about their life. They hate everything about who they are, and then they push some shit that's not even, they want you to have some shit that's not even fucking real, bro. They live here, the Elliott Army, they came into what? They came into your work? No fucking way.
All because he doesn't hire people who don't have six-packs. Yet even with this, he folds into the same level 3 as everyone else on this tier,
No
and you
way.
can barely tell him apart from all the others.
The
In fact, there's so many
OnlyFans
other
girls?
people just like him, we could be here all day talking about it.
Man.
But really there's just one mission that dominates everyone on this level of the pyramid, making sure to click the link in their bio. And honestly, if you look at anyone online who's often an alpha male or financial guru, you'll find out they either inherited the money or are just a complete psychopath. The same thing seems to happen to all these influencer educators. Paul Saladino built nearly 3 million followers as Carnivore MD, all from his book arguing that plants are actively harmful to you. Then his health collapsed on his own diet, heart palpitations, wrecked sleep, low testosterone, and now he eats around 300 grams of carbs a day from fruit and honey.
After 2 years of a ketogenic carnivore diet of just meat, organs, fat, and salt, I quit.
You might even see him sometimes in the supermarket topless saying stuff like this.
People often
Like, gang, put your fucking shirt on, dude.
ask me if I use deodorant in these pits. Absolutely not. There's no reason for me to use garbage deodorant with parabens and phthalates, fake scents. And
You know what I hate about this type of content, though? You literally will watch one thing telling you not to use or not to consume something, and then 3 swipes later, you'll find a video telling you the exact opposite, telling you the one thing that you can have, you can't have it because it's bad. Like, literally, if you go on social media, everything is just bad and horrible for you. Come on, bro. You can literally see in his eyes when he gets into cat mode. Oh, my God. It's just like, all right, bro, what the fuck do you want us to do then? Like, come on.
in my armpits.
Or one-upping you on your semen quality.
You can't even make babies with a girl right now.
I can.
You cannot make babies with a girl. No, bro. Your sperm get crushed by my sperm and his sperm.
Hey, yo.
There's nothing wrong with changing
Your sperm would get crushed by my sperm. What are y'all gonna do? Nut in the same coochie? Like, what the fuck? He's making it sound like all 3 of them are just gonna come dump a girl, and then whoever, we gotta find out who the father is. My sperm would crush your sperm, bro. Why would that ever be why would that ever be a thing? They're going nut for nut right now.
your mind based on the evidence. But
Oh
what
my
happened to the value
God.
of uncertainty? Does everything you believe have to be packaged into a claim you thrust onto other people to sell and make money from? Level
Literally.
3 is packed with these kinds of gurus you're probably very familiar with already. In fact, we did an entire video about fake gurus before, because it's really difficult to avoid them, and any engagement or mention of them just helps them further, as even negative interactions and criticism factor into the whole performative lie. which is actually something we're going to see a lot more of on the upper levels, like level 4, the political pundits, the culture warriors, the TV hosts, brand
let's get to
avatars,
it.
and celebrity CEOs, everyone with established
let's
public
get into it.
personas. Obtaining success is not necessarily
Don't even get me started on this guy. I fucking hate this guy. Hate is a strong word.
Gen Z, they really think that they have the ability to go out and eat a $20 lunch. $20, what they need to be, you can go make a sandwich for 15 cents and then put the rest of the money into APR, and in 60 years, you can reap the benefit of it.
Shut the fuck up. What sandwich are you going to get for 15 cents? Like, come on, bro.
Issue anymore. It's all about leverage and compounding what you have by expanding your platform and influencing others. Talking of which, I know it's ironic, but this channel is a small team of real writers, actual people doing actual research, spending weeks on scripts like this one, and we're really just saying, can you check if you're subscribed to the channel? Sometimes YouTube will just unsubscribe you super randomly and we don't even know why. If not, can you hit subscribe, as it just really helps us out. It just takes a second and it really does make a big difference, so I really appreciate it. Let's get back into the video. Now, one of the key guys on level 4 is Kevin O'Leary, who calls himself Mr. Wonderful. If that doesn't tell you what he is, here he is bawling his eyes out over a Rolex.
I was weeping.
What?
It was mine. I own it. I have that piece.
Bearing in mind he wears gold suits everywhere and already has 2 watches on each wrist, Tucker Carlson attracts his own fair share of criticism, having flip-flopped between pro and anti-establishment viewpoints. Not to mention his weird connections to Peter Thiel. But he does ask Kevin O'Leary some great questions in this interview, like why taxpayers need to pick up the bill for the AI data center.
Oh my god, I remember this. Bro.
He wants to build a crazy data center, and he's saying that it's un-American for that data center not to be built. Meanwhile, he's fucking Canadian, and that's gonna destroy the environment, bro. Yeah, this is bad.
Just destroying their backyards.
But why, if it's such a good business, would you be asking taxpayers to help pay for it without giving them equity in the company? Are you giving taxpayers shares?
No, the investors get the shares. By building a data center that trains AI, that provides productivity to the entire nation, we create millions.
Provides productivity to the entire nation. You mean lining the pockets of the rich and fucking everybody else up? What? How is AI going to benefit a regular human being? It doesn't. It only benefits the rich, because the AI, here's my opinion on AI. I feel like AI should have just been a tool to make people's lives easier, but it should have never been a full replacement for people's careers and a full replacement for creativity. You know what I'm saying? It should be something used to like go through emails and like, you know what I mean? Like do little stupid shit. Using it to destroy the environment and to like automate people's jobs so that they're out of one. Yeah, it should let's speed up research and shit. Literally. But they're not going to do that. Like these billionaires, they just see how they can drain everything, bro. They're not, it's like they don't have souls, bro.
Jobs, high-paying jobs.
So AI is going to create jobs?
Yes.
I thought it was going to eliminate jobs. Net.
He can't get his story straight throughout this entire conversation. The AI situation is the peak. He can't get...
Bro, look at his fucking neck. What the fuck is that in the middle of his neck? What the hell is this? Did somebody lay their dick on his neck for like 16 hours and that shit left an indent? What the fuck is that right there, bro? He got a fucking turkey shit. How you a billionaire but you can't even go to Dr. Miami and get that shit cut up? The fuck? Even Tony Stark didn't use his AI for creativity. He used them to empower his own creativity. That's what I'm saying, bro.
His story straight throughout this entire conversation. The AI situation is the peak example of how the LARP situation has penetrated the economy itself, because it's both an apocalypse in the making and the savior of humanity. It's creating jobs and money while simultaneously hoovering them all up. The CEOs concede it's a bubble, but they'll just keep shoveling money into it. Literally anything that keeps the money flowing into their companies. Kevin, like so many others in this position was actually a terrible business person who sold his business at an inflated price back in the 90s.
That's literally what they do. They leave at the right time, every time.
And then faced allegations around altering accounting records to make it look more valuable than it was.
What?
In fact, it was even exposed in 2011 by the Globe and Mail with the headline, "He's not a billionaire, he just plays one on TV."
Oh,
his net worth
wow.
has obviously increased since then, but has his wisdom, or just his fame and platform? You notice how they're always role-playing the free market capitalist vibe until the very moment they need the government to give them massive tax breaks.
Yeah.
You can see how level 4 is where business and influence begin to
trickle down economics. Eat my fucking dick.
collide, and journalists with mega-sized platforms like Piers Morgan enter the arena, taking whichever side he believes will give him moral virtue and clicks.
I think he just... Yeah, he kind of does. He just rage baits. He just brings his guests on. He tries to make them look bad and just rage baits them. But then people kind of like caught on to the gimmick, and now they kind of what do they call it? They like reversed the situation onto him.
With
Fuck
no
Piers
other
Morgan.
belief system than to be pro-establishment, or as some people might call them, controlled opposition assets. You see, Piers rose to fame as a journalist with an uncanny habit of getting extraordinarily lucky at the exact right moment. He won Celebrity Apprentice in 2008, admitting
What?
he behaved the way Trump wanted him to behave. He nurtured that friendship while it benefited him, but dumped it when that stopped. He mentored under Rupert Murdoch, doing whatever he said to get the clicks, and then stabbed him in the back by joining his competitor. He'll criticize any celebrities for clout that he once was very good friends with. He'll say things one day and then take it back the next. Like that time he spent days raging about vegan sausage rolls as another symptom of the PC ravaged world, even spitting one out on television.
It's nicely flavored.
Even spitting one out
Look at his
on
fucking face.
Vegan sausage rolls as another symptom of the PC ravaged world, even spitting one out on television.
It's nicely flavored.
Look at him. He looks like he's clip farming. Like he looks like he's trying to go viral.
That's a good look, Piers.
A year later, he admits he doesn't really care that much. He was just bored out of his brains and loved the controversy. Or he'll tell you that you
my
deserve
god,
to die
I
if you
told you he was fucking clip farming, bro.
didn't get the COVID vaccine and then completely walk it back years later. He just did a complete U-turn on Fauci. Once saying he was an impressive man, now saying he's a fame-hungry narcissist.
Yeah.
Again, people should change their minds based on the evidence, but that is not what Piers does. Unlike the level 3s...
I'm not gonna lie though, bro. Your conspiracy homie might have been right about a lot of shit. It's crazy how a lot of shit came out and was considered a conspiracy theory or to be misinformation or fake news, and then the shit ended up being true. Like a lot of this shit now, like you would think like it's like fake, but it's the world that we live in. Like we live in a world that's ran by billionaire pedophiles that eat people. And that's not even a fucking joke. I gotta be careful because you remember when we watched that Luigi Mangione vid? I got a fucking copyright strike for that. Like literally. Not a copyright strike, it was a different strike. It got strike because of the topic. So I have to be careful. GG. Yeah, I gotta be
their
careful.
mind based on what sells.
Yo, Balin, I'm almost done with this, bro.
He changes his mind based on ideology, or more specifically, the ideology that's going to win him more popularity in the short term.
Yeah, he's
he
dick
makes the
riding.
process painfully obvious, but he's hardly unique. Once somebody becomes famous enough, the public version of them starts taking a life of its own. Steve Jobs became the black turtleneck genius who personally willed the future into existence. Richard Branson became the permanently grinning adventure entrepreneur. The Rock somehow evolved from a wrestling character into a motivational corporate organism.
Oh my god, I fucking hate The Rock.
Who was simultaneously an actor, tequila salesman, fitness guru, and human franchise. Mr. Beast became the
I was about to get raided by who? What the fuck? Canel told Burb to raid you?
permanently astonished philanthropist, branding everything from giving away houses to curing blindness with the same wide-eyed thumbnail face that never changes.
Did
At
you have
that
a
point,
mom
the
like
word
Nitro
fake
Camden?
is not enough. Their true selves are copied, repeated, and detached from their original, until eventually the copy takes over and inhabits the real thing. This happens all of the time in Hollywood, claiming countless celebrities who turned into a parody of their old selves, becoming just horribly unrecognizable. So let's creep up the Larping pyramid beyond to level 5, where the performance gets less numerous and more out of touch with the rest of the structure below. This is the tier of institutional influence and new money dynastic wealth, where power begins to move in smaller circles.
He said nah, cause he knew you. Then Canel told him to raid me and was about to press raid and his chat snitched. Damn. Nah, shit. I understand. I'm not mad about it.
Bill Gates spent years building a nice guy dad image that helped him export his questionable foundation worldwide, all while secretly ruling tech with an iron fist. But he's never lifted a finger
Hold on, let me see what's
like a normal person all their lives, and probably thinks that makes him look innocent.
Tide Pods. You've been hearing a lot about those lately. What do you think?
Oh my god, do you remember when people were well, it was kids eating this shit, right?
$4. $19.90.
Oh, I remember this. Oh, I know this clip. They had Bill Gates try to guess the prices of grocery items, and he was severely highballing this shit, bro. Oh my god.
What about those lately? What do you think?
$4.
$19.97.
I'll go with 22.
22 for some Tostitos.
No, 15.
After the Epstein files, Gates then testified in front of the House Oversight Committee, admitting meeting Epstein was a grave error of judgment, and saying Epstein had tried to use his infidelities to pressure him back into contact.
Wow, you see this? You see how they talk after? Oh, I was getting pressured by Epstein. They so quick to jump the ship, bro. These billionaires, this is how you know they live in a whole different world, bro.
Even using his previous marriage as the perfect image of the sweet old Gates couple, all while Epstein was writing about some of Gates' alleged behavior. When you're at this level, the stakes flip. The aim now—
I'm not gonna lie. Who is fucking Bill Gates? Like, genuine question. You must really need some money if you fuck on him. He looks like a turtle.
Now is just to look normal. You want to look more relatable, desperately pretending to be working class and just an average Joe.
I never growing up had anything designer. You know, my mom wouldn't let me.
Get the fuck out of here.
I got my first pair of Louboutins when I graduated high school. We're very—
Oh my god. I got my first pair of Louboutins when I graduated from high school.
That's not relatable at all. Bro, I don't— There's grown-ass adults who don't have Louboutins. What are you talking about?
Working class.
Be honest.
I am being honest. Alright, it's not a simple answer because...
What did you get your dad to drive?
It depends.
No.
Okay, in the 80s, my dad had a Rolls Royce.
There's some blatantly
Damn.
scripted and frankly weird strategies to look down to earth, like Hillary Clinton and Mark Zuckerberg all making Source their key to universal relatability. Zuck loves his Source so much that he uses it as the bookend on his shelf. He's always struggled to LARP as a normal person until recently when he came—
Didn't they say he was a fucking, like, alien? I've seen, like, hella pictures of him just, like, staring, and he's not— he said he just doesn't look human. Now he does. Like, he got the, what is this shit called? He got the Napoleon Dynamite now.
On Theo Von's podcast with a reformed look, and you'd have to admit he was seemingly self-aware.
You seem like a guy who probably like watched a video of how to be a guy on YouTube or something, you know? Is it interesting that they have kind of people who would probably self-describe as socially awkward at times, kind of creating technology that socially connects people?
Yeah, I'm like the most awkward person. People have been calling me a robot online for 20 years.
I'm gonna be honest. It's got to be the tism. What you think?
It does wonders for my confidence.
He built the platform that forces everybody else to—
It does wonders for my confidence. Are they coaching his ass?
And still can't fit into the society he helped create, which exposes the rift between the people who designed the pyramid and the level 1, 2s, and 3s forced to live inside of it. These are the people paying off the level 4s to perform to the lower levels. And yet—
I'm not gonna lie. Imagine creating a banger social media platform. Dude, you literally get to control life.
They often don't live like any of us. In fact, these people don't even often use the internet. They ban their kids using iPads. They cover up their webcams. They hide away in retreats and bunkers. They come off awkward because they don't know how to relate to a regular person. They're the ones designing the entire ecosystem below them. The ones who profit from a LARPing society. everyone below.
Because they know how bad it is. They know the good, the bad, and the ugly. They know that this shit is fucking you up. They know what it's for, bro. The truth about social media, and I realized this shit, bro, today. My phone died, right? Because I like lost my charger. So I'm using like this slow charger. I end up going for a walk to the grocery store, and the craziest shit happened. I walked without my phone. For the first time in my life, bro, I actually realized what life was about. And I know that sounds crazy, but these phones, you're not using the phone, bro. The phone is using you. Like, I normally go outside, I got headphones in, I'm swiping, I'm talking on the phone. Like, I'm living in the phone, bro, as I'm walking and going to where I need to go. I'm not even living in reality. So when I'm outside, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like you put so much energy into your phone. So when you walk out the house without your phone, you're putting your energy into life, if that makes sense. I'm about to just start implementing that. Like going for a walk without my phone. Putting my phone away, being off the computer for a little bit. I'm telling you, that shit will do wonders for your attention span. Because they want your whole, you look at the screen time, bro. They want everything, bro. They coming for it all, bro.
Performing full-time in a system those same people designed, tested, and then declined to use. At level 5, the other curiosity is that despite massive influence, the LARP hides someone's true background. Now, we could be here all day talking about billionaires hiding their background, but one of the most obvious LARPers has to be Sam Altman, who has no computer science degree, dropped out of Stanford, and whose only company before OpenAI was a location sharing app called Looped, whose own board tried to remove him as CEO twice before.
What? How is this even possible, bro?
Selling.
And the motherfuckers will tell you, be realistic in your life. You need to go to school. You need to do this. But the people running society don't even go to fucking school. They don't even have any technical expertise. They don't have shit to offer, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
He was then also fired from OpenAI's board, and
Didn't he come back?
investigations consistently name how he built a career on the habit of lying and manipulating. The smoking gun
And they tell you not to lie on your resume. Eat my fucking dick.
claim when a former board member said Altman believes the shifting realities of his sales pitches as he's saying them. He told Congress under oath in 2023 that he had no equity in OpenAI and earned a modest salary.
Make a lot of money, do you?
No. I paid enough for health insurance. I have no equity in OpenAI.
What? He's such a, you could tell he's lying. You only have enough for health insurance? Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah. That's interesting. You need a lawyer.
I need a what?
You need a lawyer or an agent.
I'm doing this because I love it.
I'm doing this because I love it. Yo, XD Revive, thank you for that sub with Prime. I deadass appreciate you. Thank you. It means a lot. Shit, we robbing Twitch together.
Mr. Chairman.
But was soon photographed with a $500,000 watch riding around.
Oh my God. I done told a lie under oath. Where is this? Keon saying, where does this?
Supercars worth millions of dollars.
Do you know Sam Altman?
Oh my God, and Joe Rogan, he pissed me the fuck off. Because all he does, he just dick sucking all these billionaires, bro.
He's the head of OpenAI.
Yeah.
He's always kind of said, I'm not doing this for money. I don't make any money. And they just busted him in a $4 million Koenigsegg.
They did?
Yes.
Oh, that's what it's called, a Koenigsegg. See, that's how you know I'm poor. I don't know how to name none of that rich shit.
Again, the very concept of the CEO is enough to leave you doubtful, as this is basically a PR role with added status.
And what can you say? Because if they have access to the funds, you could be using the company to buy that shit. You know, if you have an LLC, and then you could pay yourself just enough to scrape by. That's not in my name. That's not my car. That's the company's car. I'm just driving it. They can't say shit.
And wealth. A CEO's charisma has been shown to have no relationship to company performance, but it does have a very strong relationship to how much the CEO was paid. So the CEO's performance naturally benefits the CEO and no one else. But there are levels of power above level 5. So it's time we look at the ultimate LARPers in our society.
Whoa, see, now we're diving into some territory that I don't even know about. Like, I spend a lot of time learning about these fucking billionaires and shit. I thought they run the world. So we're going up a level.
The people hiding away at the top that are secretly pulling the strings for all of us, which is a difficult thing to uncover because real power is hidden by the LARPing. It becomes harder and harder to tell where one institution ends and the next one starts, with the heavyweights veering between governments, the UN, the World Economic Forum, suspicious NGOs, and every other supranational group you can imagine. Although the British royal family is a really great place to start because even the name is a roleplay. They were the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha until George V rebranded the family with the exceedingly British surname of Windsor, because being visibly German and supportive of the Nazis became rather inconvenient during a a war with Germany. In 2005,
Wait, what?
future King Charles was caught saying this in a photo op.
I can't bear them.
Whilst also...
What, he said, bloody people, I can't bear them? What the fuck? And these are the people that run everything, huh?
Photo op.
Bloody people. He sounds like a villain. Bloody people. I can't bear them. Yo, you know, when I see the shit about the data centers, when I see the shit about the billionaires, when I'm seeing shit about the royal family, do you know what I think of every single time? I think of One Piece, bro. I think of Luffy. I think of the Wano arc. I think of all this shit. This shit just reminds you, watch One Piece. They're celestial dragons. This is a celestial dragon, bro.
I can't bear them.
Whilst also pretending to be a man of the common people, just happily walking around with no security.
You're being left to walk and everyone else is...
Oh yeah, but I like my walking.
And you kind of got to say fair play to him. Enforcing aristocratic superiority with a straight face in the 21st century takes a hardcore level of commitment. At level 6, you already have the money and the power. Now you have to perform this idea that you've earned it, and that the arrangement granted to you is in everyone else's interest. Take the World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab ran it for over 50 years. His wife became deeply involved in the organization, his son ran its Beijing operation, and his daughter ended up on the executive committee running its Young Global Leaders program, which they claim is where the next generation of world leaders are selected on merit. Though Schwab himself let slip a slightly different description.
When I mention now names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation.
Yo, he sounds like a scientist.
Like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more, half of this cabinet are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
We penetrate the cabinets. An incredible sentence when your organization already gets accused of being an unelected club trying to influence governments. Schwab was eventually replaced as chairman of the World Economic Forum by our channel favorites man, Mr. Larry Fink of BlackRock, and Andre Hoffman, the great-grandson of the man who founded Roche in 1896.
What is Roche? What is that?
Which is one of the most powerful family-owned businesses in the world, with a personal worth of over $9 billion.
Oh!
So if you want to know how concentrated money and power are at the top, consider how the 500 largest family-controlled businesses on Earth turn over $8.58 trillion a year.
Oh my
God. If you
God.
line them up as a country, they'd be the third largest economy in the world, behind the US and China. Powerful families then meet in powerful clubs hidden away from the disgusting public, where the dynasties within your country are controlled without any vote, or without any transparency or even any recording of what actually happens there. They then decide what the LARPers will be saying to the masses, trying to see how they can craft new narratives for more control.
Oh, this shit is scaring me.
We've had a very small glimpse of networks that lie behind the curtain with the Epstein situation, but just consider how that is the tip of an iceberg within an iceberg that extends to depths barely a soul on the planet registers. That reality then destroys this whole meritocracy LARP modern nations love to brag about today.
Yeah, they love to say that, but life is not fair. Effort doesn't guarantee success, bro. That's true. Oh, we grinded so hard, and yeah, right.
The idea that everyone gets a fair shot.
Life is not fair, bro. It's not.
Rises, and if you just believe in yourself enough, you'll get to the top. You'll rise up the pyramid with all the other LARPers. That is the final level of this pyramid, where the people at the top are constructing the LARP for all of us, where everyone clawing up from level 1 is forced to play
I wish he would have got into that a little more.
The role of one individual while hiding another. Everyone is constantly auditioning for their role in this pyramid. Go to school and higher education to get the qualification, painstakingly build the CV, network properly, say the...
You see, he's saying this, but then it's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, what... You know that it's all... And it's crazy because it's like, once you start getting older, you just realize that everything is bullshit. It's all created, and it's a construct, and everything is controlled. How do you... Like, what do you do in this scenario? Like, okay, we know that this is all bullshit. Now what do I do? Do I move up the ladder and still try to, do I still try to pursue everything, or do I just give up and just relinquish control? Like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying?
Right thing, become the right person. Say the right things online to LARP and get clicks. Say whatever your boss wants to say so that you can get on the TV and LARP to the other LARPers. While at the very top, an insane amount of power moves through inheritance, private introductions, and closed conferences, which then makes the entire foundation underneath it an absurdity of modern life. And there's one genuinely terrifying inversion at the very top of this pyramid. The billionaires, the politicians, the celebrity CEOs we obsess over may not even be the deepest layer of this. Lots of these people are still public figures, giving their interviews, cultivating an image, defending themselves, winning attention, and trying to put themselves in front of your screen. But the highest levels of power above level 6 don't need any of that. It's embedded in trusts, private shell companies, boardrooms, foundations, and networks most people will never spend a second thinking about. They don't need to LARP. They're not playing the same game. They made it so that you would notice Altman or Zuckerberg on the street in an instant, but you would never recognize the faces at the very top of this pyramid that dwarf them. And that's calculated by design. Even the people we think of as elites are still LARPing as true elites, because the final luxury of power is never parading yourself or humiliating yourself in front of everyone. The true power and wealth is when you never have to LARP again.
Oh shit, that's a crazy way to end it. I wonder what that level is that he's talking about, bro. Oh my god. I definitely see this shit is so interesting to me, bro, because then it just raises the question. It's like, do you fucking play the game, realize that it's all bullshit, and just give up? I don't know.